main base here, and he's got this nice sim city going on with his 2 engineering base. So even if we see a sneaky observer gets in line there so he can make this blink behind the mineral line, these 2 engineering bases will actually mean there's not actually that much terrain for these stalkers to blink into, and not all of them will be able to make the jump across. So I like this positioning by Dippa, and he's just in a really solid position right now. But we are seeing Immortals finally on the way, so we are finally seeing Renson commit to his robotics tech. But despite going heavy bio here, we are seeing factories come down, as well as these 3 extra barracks with tech labs coming down. So huge bio right now. This factory might even just be going down for upgrades, especially considering with 2 engineering bays halfway done with 1-1. But right now we are seeing Renson push out, but these sensor towers going to pick that up straight away. You're just looking at Dippa's vision here. He sees those little red exclamation marks. What's there? Must be some kind of unit. So he knows there's an army there. He knows Renson is thinking about pushing out right now and making a push, so he can pump out more units, position really well. So these sensor towers, I feel, are very underused and are super valuable and totally worth the investment.
Yeah, I'm sensing a bit of an all-in here by Renson. He has cut probe production, despite being a good 15 probes behind. He's got this probe out to the left here that could possibly throw down a pylon if he needs, and he's got a lot of units, a good composition to face this army with. But it may be a little bit all in here, seeing he's cut these probes to do it.
Yeah, a bunch of force fields going off. A little bit of heavy force field usage there by Renson. I think he spent a little bit too much energy on those force fields. Forced to retreat, even though he was starting to pull ahead in that fight, taking out a bunch of bio units of Dippa right there. But there's just so many barracks pumping out units right now. He's got 6 barracks, as well as throwing down 3 starports. So interested to find out what exactly is going to come out of these starports. You'd assume medevacs, but 3 is quite a lot of starports to just be producing medevacs, considering you could throw down reactors and really not need that many buildings. So curious where this is going, and we are seeing medevacs come out there. So that's an interesting choice from Dippa, as opposed to getting 1 or 2 starports with reactors. But it does mean that he can transition later. He will have that infrastructure if this game really goes heavy late game, that he can pump out and switch to late game Terran Air and even get a few Ravens out if he throws down tech labs. So interested to find out whether Renson is going to keep up this aggression. Another sensor tower going down for Dippa. I love this. He's getting so much information right now. He just sees these dots on the map. He knows exactly what's going on. There's another army. Renson's thinking about it again, and he can react accordingly and position his troops. So I like this usage here by Dippa, and it just seems that he's been in front the whole time. But now Renson has High Templar, Psystorm still being researched, so right now all this Templar is going to be able to do is feedback and Blink coming in. So I think this is a little bit premature from Renson. He really needs to wait for those upgrades to finish.
Yeah, I don't like this attack, but I don't think he knows about those sensor towers. Oh yeah, he knows about one of the sensor towers at least. So yeah, I don't think this is a good idea, but I think because Dippa is spreading himself over these 2 fronts, it could pay off for Renson in the end.
Yeah, we are seeing a bunch of Marine Marauders coming through here, and Renson sending in his Stalkers. We're getting a little bit caught out of position because those mortars went down. Now these Zealots getting really smashed by this huge nest of Marine Marauders. Storms going off, looking like Renson's really trying to sandwich in there, but these force fields going off in the gap, keeping these units from Dippa from reinforcing. But Renson's troops have been cut in half. He's in really bad shape right now, especially because Dippa's sending in more reinforcements and just rallying here really nicely. There's no proxy pylon in anywhere near this attack. Renson really needs to put down a proxy pylon at this gold expansion to reinforce these attacks, because right now Dippa is just holding on. He lost a supply depot and a few of his troops when he got cut off from those force fields, but Renson really got damaged right there. And again, with his 3rd base coming online now, the command center morphing in right there, upgrading already. So really going to be a bad situation here for Renson. He's going to need to come up with some kind of strategy or more effective high Templar usage to get himself back in this game.
Yeah, he's really feeling the pressure. His macro slipped a little bit here. He's not constantly producing those probes, and it's so critical, especially when your opponent is 1 base up and, of course, has mules. And so he's forced to throw down some extra gateways here. I did like the attack. He orchestrated it quite well, and he was winning the engagement despite having an inferior force, but it may just have been a little bit premature, a little bit of a blunder here, and it could cost him with the counterattack coming.
Yeah, finally we are seeing some aggression from Dippa. He was playing so passive, but he's been playing so well, just orchestrating his game plan really tightly right now, pushing out with these 1-1 Marine Marauder balls. No Medivacs accompanying him, which is a bit strange considering how many starports he threw down. But he's been pretty good on spending the minerals, only now getting up around 800 considering his huge economy right at this point. So he's been pretty good spending that, just a little bit behind on the gas production, but he's got those 2 extra geysers coming online now outside his planetary fortress at his 3rd. Even throwing an SCV down, thinking about taking his 4th at the island expansion. So Dippa really just macroing up really heavily, but Renson has so many High Templars against a predominantly bio build right now, and if he can get some good storms off, he will be able to really rip through that army, especially with an absence of medevacs right now. Only 1 medevac with this army, so interesting. I think here for Renson, it's just going to come down to whether he can execute with his High Templars and get some really nice storms off.
Yeah, a lot of High Templar for Renson. That could pull him right back into this game as he takes another expansion. Just has to populate that. Dippa taking the island, always keeping that 1 base ahead. This cheeky sensor tower is going down as well. So, yeah, I wish he brought his medivacs along with his army. He seems to have forgot about him. And I was hoping for some funky little tech switch with these starports, but we haven't seen it yet. But I'm not giving up hope quite yet.
Yeah, very aggressive there from Dippa, throwing down those sensor towers at the Zelnagas, but he's just been so good. He's got so many sensor towers right now, and he's picking up all this information, and the good thing is it tells him where to position his scan. He sees those red dot alerts, and as we see another nice scan going off from Dippa, spending that orbital command energy to know exactly what army composition is, what his position is, going in now with his Marine Marauder ball, Psystorm going off, nice Psystorm there, catching on the cliff, forcing Dippa to move, another Psystorm going down, these medevac's desperately trying to heal, but these Psystorms acting like a shield for Renson's units while he works on them. These Marines have almost been shredded. It's only the Marauders with the bigger hit points who've survived this storm. Good micro here from Dippa, just trying to flee. Another Psystorm goes off. These Templars are going to get fried. They've got to be careful. Warping into Archons just in time. So these Marauders take down 1, working on the 2nd, but basically Dippa, huge trouble here. He's got so many damaged units, and finally we are seeing Renson finally win a fight, and even though there's a bunch of damaged Marauders, Dippa's push there is kind of blunted, and Renson's been able to get his 3rd online during this time, getting a little bit of decent saturation, trying to catch up in the probe count right now, but I feel that Dippa's executing against these Psystorms really well. He avoided a lot of the damage there, even though he lost a bunch of Marines to those initial storms. So Renson is going to need to warp in another army to deal with this positioning of Dippa, who's now getting a little bit more aggressive as the game progresses.
Yeah, and the army loss isn't too big of a deal with these 10 barracks, but as I say, there's 3 factories going down, another tech switch. He's getting more mood swings and in puberty right now. I'm not sure what he can't make up his mind here, what he wants.
Yeah, we are seeing Dippa burning stem to finish off this little bit of out of position army here. A few charge lots, getting a couple of kills. Oh no, crucial tech building. This is going to be bad for Renson. Scan going off. He's losing his High Templar archives. No more High Templars can come out. Even dropping into the base. Going to lose his Dark Shrine. He's thinking about being sneaky with Dark Templars there. This is crucial tech losses. Even unpowering these gateways. This is a huge blow for Renson right now. Losing those gateways as well. Finally bringing his army. Psystorm going off. Double Psystorm going off. Forcing Dippa to move. Even though Medevac's taking a bunch of damage. Another Psystorm. These Medevacs are almost gone. 2 of the Medevacs go down, and most of the troops, he can't even do a shooting scoop because he's so low on these Medevacs right now, but somehow melts through this army, and finally Dippa scoots out of there, but huge damage. Lost all that tech. High Templars cannot be warped in, and now we are seeing those Ravens starting to join the fray, and they'll be able to throw down those crucial point defense drones, which just ruin any Protoss player's day. Really can mess with the crucial stalkers he's been using.